Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Iqmal Iman bin Mazin. I'm from Faculty Business UiTM Campus Puncak Alam. My matrix number is 2020980811, and today I will present about the controlling process and technique for subject intercultural management. So yeah, let's check it out. Firstly, we cover about introduction of controlling. Controlling is a process of evaluating resulted in relation to plans of objective and deciding what actions. It is the process that measures the current performance and guides it towards some predetermined objective. It sees it to the right things happen in the right ways and in the right time. In other words of Haynes and Macy, control is a process that guides activity towards some predetermined goals. Alright, the next one is objective of control. Objective of control is to ensure the overall directions of individuals and groups are consistent with short and long-term plans. It also to helps ensure that objective and accomplishment are consistent with one another throughout an organization. Lastly, it also helps to maintain the compliance with essential organization rules and policies. There are two types of control. Firstly is internal and external control. Secondly is direct and indirect control. Internal control is focused on the things that a multinational corporation does best. Focus on self, functions, one owns group and one owns organizational. The next one is external control. It ensures that there is in market for goods and services that is offering. Focus on a relationship with client, customer, partnership and group. Nextly is direct control. It uses face-to-face or personal meeting for monitoring operations. For example, is top executive visit the overseas affiliates to learn of problems and challenges. Lastly is the indirect control. It uses reports and other written forms of communication to control operations. For example, is monthly operation reports. So next, let's take a look to the video that I have prepared for you guys.
Controlling and culture. Controlling tools are intended to make companies successful, but on their own, they are useless. They only work where there is a performance or controlling culture to support them. This comprises three main elements. Goal orientation. Goals are a first cornerstone of controlling. It is up to controllers to find out whether a particular measure pays off and to ensure that goals are implemented consistently. Clear goals provide direction to guide the actions of managers and controllers. Transparency. The second cornerstone of a controlling culture is performance transparency. In organizations, controllers are responsible for ensuring that managers get the information they need to do their jobs. This includes leading indicators as well as financial metrics, because these are what ultimately determine the financial results. It is precisely here that digitalization is opening up new opportunities for controllers. Argumentation and constructive critique. The third cornerstone of a controlling culture is the power of the better argument. Controllers ensure that different arguments are freely and openly discussed and weighed against each other. They use the power of analysis to do this. They are experts at doing calculations and taking a critical look at the arguments. It is essential that controllers share their criticism with the managers at every stage of the decision-making process. This is the only way to ensure that an argumentation process reaches the best conclusion. If all managers consistently align their actions to the company's goals, base their decisions on sound data, and seek the best arguments for making the right decisions, then controllers have achieved their objective of assuring rationality. Cultivating and sustaining such a controlling culture is one of their most important tasks. Being a driver for goal orientation, guardian of transparency, and promoter of critical discourse is more important than looking for even better tools. The key to success lies not in the tools. A combination of tools and a controlling culture is essential.
Based on the video, we learned that there are three elements that are important in control. Firstly is goal orientations. It's up to the controllers to find out whether a particular measure pays off and to ensure that goals are implemented consistently. Clear goals provide directions to guide the actions of manager and controllers. The control begins with arranging of the foundations of execution objective. Execution targets or objectives are characterized and the measures for measuring them are already set. The objective of goals must meet the standards that have been set for them in order to success. There are two standards that meet the objective of goals. First one is output standards. Output standards are measures performance resulted in terms of quantity, quality, cost or time. The other one is input standard. Input standards are measured on work efforts that go into a performance task. Okay, next one is transparency. The second cornerstone is performance transparency. Controllers are responsible to ensure that managers get the information that they need in order to do in their jobs. The measurement must meet the three performance that they need to measure. Firstly is financial performance, secondly is quality performance, and lastly is personnel performance. Measurement need to be accurate enough to spot irregularities or variance between what really occurs and what is most desired. Without measurement, the effective control will be not achieved. The measurement can be done in report, personal observation, and statements. A quick comparison of actual performance with the standard performance is possible if the control system is well organized. In nowadays business environments, digitalization is opening a new opportunity to the controllers. The last element that we can learn from the video is argumentative and constructive critique. The third cornerstone of controlling is the power of better arguments. Controllers that ensure the different arguments are freely and openly discussed each other. The controllers need to use the power of analysis to do the jobs. Controllers share their criticism with the managers at every stage in the decision-making process. If all the managers consistently align their actions to the company's goal, controllers have achieved their objective of assuring rationality. The controllers need to critique with the prescribed standard and find out the steps that should be taken. Cultivation and sustaining is one of their most important tasks. Different countries have a different approach to control. Firstly, we go through with Great Britain. Great Britain focused more on financial reports, were sophisticated and heavily emphasized. Their top management tended to focus on major problems, areas, and not involved in specific matter of control. Control was used for general guidance than for surveillance. Operating units had a large amount of marketing autonomy. The next one is Germany. The managers are employed very detailed, control and focus attention on all variants. Managers place heavy control on productions and stress operational efficiency. The next one is France. Managers employ control system closer to the Germans than to the British. Control was used more for surveillance than guidance was centrally administered. Our control system in France less systematic and sophisticated system. Okay, the next one we can look to the slide. The difference the controlling system in US firms and European firms. In US firms, they measure more quantifiable and objective aspects. Meanwhile, in European firms, they measure more about qualitative aspects. In US firms, they need precious plans and budget in generating standards for comparisons. In European firms, they need high level of knowledge about appropriate behavior in supporting the goals of the firms. In US firms, they need large central staff and centralized information, while in European firms, they need capable experienced manager willing to spend time abroad. US firms require less decentralizations of operating decision making, when in European they require more decentralizations of operating decision making. Lastly, US firms favor long vertical spans between parent and subsidiary firms, while in European firms, they favor short vertical spans between parents and subsidiary firms. Finally, I can conclude that control process is a critical operation in management. Organizational control has many varied benefits, including improved communications, financial stability, increased productivity and efficiency, help in meeting annual goals, and others. It helps managers to understand that progress of specific plans are already in motion. Managers can also tell if the project is going in the right directions and take appropriate steps to ensure it does. The control process is not an old business practice and can help managers to set standards for several business operations and achieve targeted goals with more ease. So that's all from me today. I hope you guys can get information about controlling process in management and also the different culture in controlling in a different country. So thank you for your time and thank you guys for watching.